Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to this video where we're going to talk about karmic relationships and why these karmic relationships are so stubborn and they don't go. Number one point that I want to make over here is that we all should ponder about, literally, is why do people have these karmic situations and relationships over and over again? I mean, there has to be some kind of plan of God, some kind of natural plan. It could be a long term plan for sure, but I think it is to exhaust a person, make a person get frustrated, and also make a person realize at the same time that whatever they thought, all that glitters is not gold. Basically, when people go into karmic relationships in the very beginning, they're very attractive, they're very charming relationships, or they come with some kind of wish fulfillment kind of scenario, or they come into people's life, the karmics people person, or I think in some cases it's a karmic job also, in some cases it's a karmic career opportunity, which looks very amazing, very delicious, very yummy to people, or they just feel like wow, they're so lucky and so blessed to be there. In many cases, people also have something to compare it with. For example, they could be having some other job or some other person in their life or some other situation. Maybe they live in a certain country. For example, I have a great example here. I was talking to someone who has lived their whole life in India, and they got an opportunity to move to another country. They went to US, and when they were going to US, in our country also, going abroad is a big deal for a lot of people still. So when they were leaving for US, they were like also very happy. They felt that this is like the most amazing thing that's happening to them. I mean, they took it like a golden opportunity, that this is a golden opportunity and they got to grab it. So when they grabbed that golden opportunity, they dived into it, very deep into it. After a couple of months, the same people started saying a lot of nice things about India. Like, they kept praising India, they kept saying India is a fertile soil, fertile land. I mean, things that usually we don't talk about, because where they live it snows a lot or the weather conditions are not nice. They spoke about things like how people are pampered here, how people are much more free over here. They could also see that when you're in such a far away place, when you don't know anybody, everybody's completely different, the culture is different, the lifestyle is different, then you miss your own people. You miss those mundane things also a lot, which otherwise you would probably not even care about. So it happens that sometimes you do things thinking that it's going to be great for you materialistically. And to add on to one more point, an interesting point, usually karma is related to materialistic things, because karma also means action. Action is very tangible, very material in nature. So karmic relationships, karmic opportunities, movement from one country to another. Like, one more person I know always wanted to move abroad and always wanted to make good money. But they had to take a huge loan to go there. They took it. Now they're getting a good salary, but most of their salary, all of the money they earn, goes into paying off the loan. The loan is going to stay in their life for a couple of years. And secondly, they're going to miss out on their own child's birth. They're going to miss out on a lot of things that they never even thought about would be of so much importance for them. So what's the point of earning so much money or moving somewhere or getting into a relationship or whatever XYZ things that people do for wish fulfillment of materialistic things, when those materialistic things are not going to make you actually happy? Happy for real. So when I say actually happy, I mean happy for real. It's not going to give you peace. I'm not saying America is not a nice country to live in. Of course, the people who live there. It's just the comparison that I'm making over here, that people who live in a certain place make about another place because the grass is always green on the other side. This example is very close to the story of Alchemist, where the boy Santiago always wanted to travel. He wanted to go to different places. And he lived in a certain beautiful place, but he was like, I want to see this, I want to see that, and blah, blah, blah. He had a dream of a treasure, and to get the treasure, he went to another land. Only to find out much later, of course, in the story, that the treasure was in the same place that he had actually started his journey from. So this is also like the story of the musk deer or the Kasturi Mrig, which I think I have shared on my channel. It's probably one of the oldest videos. So people need to understand that a lot of people are like the musk deer. They are looking for the karmic relationships outside of them, thinking that the perfume, the fragrance, or the joy or the happiness, whatever fulfillment, is somewhere, over there, out there, and they look for it and they go for it. But actually, it's within them. So karmic relationships also remind us, many a times they remind us that what you're looking for outside is actually within you. And sometimes what's within you is also there around you in a form of a person, in a form of a relationship, form of a lifestyle, form of a job, career. So karmic relationships basically make you frustrated and makes you feel like you are stuck in a loop. You are stuck in the same repetitive cycle, same repetitive story is happening over and over and over again with you. Like, I know of people who have had probably 5 relationships. Every time the relationship starts, it looks like a new relationship, a new person. But when it's ending or when it's about to get over, it has got burnt out. It's the same story all over again. So it's a very sad place to be in, but many people don't know how to release this type of loop from their DNA system. There are obviously multiple ways that we explore in the therapy, and therapy definitely works, the karmic release therapy. The goal of karmic release therapy is actually to prepare you for other greater things in life. Why? Because if you're stuck into something, you really cannot do anything greater or great. If you keep attracting the same people again and again, or the same situations over and over again, then your energy keeps getting wasted. You're just getting up, shaking off dust off your dress, starting something. Again you get off, get down, fall down. Again you get up, you brush off the dust off your dress, and again, it's the same thing. And you don't know why it's happening, why you getting up and why you getting down and why you brushing the dust off. There has to be a stop, there has to be a pause, or there has to be a new cycle all over again. Like, you need to start with something new, a new action has to take place. People who come to me usually follow this frequency or this vibration, and they have gone to multiple people and they've gone to multiple places, but they don't get the relief, they don't get the relaxation, or they don't get out of that feeling. See, it is all about the feeling. It's nothing else but the feeling. You can live with someone, in a relationship, or you be a single person, or you be a single parent, or you be a pet parent, or you get into some kind of a job or career. But if you're unhappy, no matter who you're with, and even if you're alone, a person will remain unhappy. Unhappiness has got nothing to do with being in a crowd or being by yourself. It's like, it's just there, it doesn't go that easily. Which is why you need to release that portion of your karma that is making you feel like a stuck person. When people around you who are very close to you, friends, family members, or the people you date, or anybody, like for that matter, you like, they keep hurting you over and over again, and you don't understand why. You don't know why it's happening. Like, you're doing everything nice, you're there for them, but they're never there for you. In some cases, it's the narcissistic abuse that really troubles people. I mean, they sense the narcissism, they sense the abuse part of it. Narcissism can also be good narcissism. It can also make a person very independent in certain places. However, people have reported that sometimes their parents or their siblings or whosoever, their partner, never changes. Like, they see them like this, rock solid person who's super selfish, and they're always selfish. And they always wonder, the person who are suffering because of this, as to why they never show any compassion, or they never show any love, the type of love that they want. Again, this is happening because of the karmic connection you have with those people. And let me tell you, some people say that karmic relationships don't last very long, but that's not true. Karmic relationships can also last very long, but if you work through them properly, if you work on yourself properly, then you don't feel the pain of detachment. I mean, actually it's the pain of attachment. Detachment is not that hurtful, but when you're getting detached from a person, the other person will also not trouble you while getting detached, and you will also not feel like there has to be some kind of drama or there has to be some kind of trouble. Which is why when we do karmic release therapy, or we do any therapy, whichever therapy you pick on this channel via me, you will notice that I don't do any therapy for others. Like, you cannot come into a couple sort of a situation, or you can't say, okay, why don't you just heal my husband or my wife, or please heal my brother or my sister or my boyfriend, girlfriend, blah blah blah. That's because you're so close to those people that healing them will never solve the purpose. It has to be you who has to heal from whatever is happening. Like, I met this person who has a child who's into major addiction pattern. Their child is in a major addiction pattern, big time addiction, due to which the child did not do any education. Like, obviously the child is not a child, it's an adult now, but they still see that adult as a child, and they still are so mesmerized, and it's like I've never seen that person without uh, oodles of love for the child, no matter what the child does. And still they always complain that I'm so unhappy, it's my bad karma. Maybe in my past life, my child was my enemy, and in this life, this person, my enemy, is born, reincarnated in my life as my child, and they give me all this pain and trouble and blah blah blah. And they were telling me, why don't you heal my child, my son? And I was like, I cannot heal your son. First of all, he's not approached me. He doesn't care about this situation the way you do. And he's living his life. He's not, in that certain age pattern or where they have certain expectations. He just wants to be left alone and left to do whatever they want, explore the chemicals and whatever they enjoy to consume. Now, if you want your child to first of all heal, I mean, your child also should heal if you really want them to grow in their life and become a better person, live a healthy life, then first of all, you need to detach from your child, because otherwise you'll keep interfering in the child's life. And I've also noticed that most of the people who come with addiction problems in another person, they pamper that other person so much. Like, I also know about this person who was probably in their mid 30s and a hardcore gaming addict. Like, from morning to night, sometimes couple of days at a stretch, they're just playing game. They just log into the screen, they've put on their headphones, they have all of the equipment, and it's all fancy, expensive equipment. A person who doesn't have a job, doesn't have any money to pay even the internet bills, that person is not making a penny out of it. They don't have any responsibilities, not even keeping their space clean, nothing. Everything has been done for them. Everything has been given to them on a platter every single day. And so then these type of parents then go to a therapist and they crib and cry. And I have to tell them that this is a karmic relationship. It's not a soulmate relationship. It's not a twin flame relationship. It's nothing but a karmic relationship. And you have to pay your dues. You have to clear your karma towards this person. Now, if you really want to get rid of all of this pain, if you really want to get out of this suffering, and you also want to see your child grow into an independent person, your child who's an adult now, then you also have to release the loops of karma you have with this person. So you cannot expect them to heal on their own automatically. Now, in the twin flame world, we see this a lot, that the runners usually find karmics and the chaser is left behind waiting for the runner. And then the chaser gets a lot of time to compare. They're always comparing themselves with the karmic. Now, this also is a karmic loop, that you're comparing yourself with someone. Maybe you know that person, maybe you don't know that person, but it constantly makes you sad. It constantly questions your self-worth. Looking at their pictures, looking at them happy. Some people spend a long time, like couple of years, stalking or just watching. Sometimes they don't stalk online or otherwise, but they could be in a setup where they end up getting to know news about that person. And when the test is actually on the peak and a person is getting out of those karmic loops, then the runners will contact you, they will call you, they will cry, they will crave, they will say, I'm so unhappy with this person, blah, blah, blah. But they don't want to let go of that person. That's because your contract with the karmic is still going on. So everybody needs to get out of these karmic loops. At least if you have landed to this video, it's not a coincidence. As I said in the very beginning, that there's a natural way of getting out of the karmic loop. That is to get frustrated, probably spend a couple of lives or, go through it over and over again. And one fine day, when you're done, it's over. I don't think those type of people are going to do research like this and look for answers or get attracted to content like this. But if you're getting attracted to content like this, or you're researching about it, or you want to get out of it, then definitely your path is a bit different. God is creating an opportunity for you, a window of opportunity for you, so that you can understand this loop or multiple loops. It's not like one karmic loop is over and the other one will also go away. If they're both connected, then yes. But if they're not connected with each other, then sooner or later or gradually, because if you can heal one karmic loop and just chill, then you can apply the same to another karmic loop also. Or maybe you can apply different technique, but you know that it can be healed, especially when it is triggering you or bothering you. There are so many people who are triggered, who are bothered, who are impacted, who are affected, who are in pain. But guess what? They don't want to get out of it because they're so attached with that person who's giving them the pain, or they're so dependent, emotionally dependent, that they don't want to let go. So many mothers, they spoil their children, they spoil their husbands, and then they say, oh, my husband cannot do without me, oh, my children cannot do without me. They've got like grown up children, teenagers, and in their 20s, 30s, but they're like, my child cannot live without me, my child cannot cook without me, my child cannot clean without me, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, I cannot step out, I cannot be in a mission, or I cannot do this, or I cannot do that, I cannot do a job. I mean, they have this excuse all the time that I cannot do it because there are others who depend on me. This is also because of karmic contracts or karmic loops. So I can talk a lot about this subject. If you have any questions about your karmic situation, then put it down on the comment section. And if I like it, if I feel it's going to help the collective, I will definitely answer it. You can get into one-on-one therapy sessions with me, single therapies and a proper therapy based on this subject that I spoke about, and get to see another perspective, or get to learn that you can actually get out of the loop of karma only if you really want to. All details for various therapies are given in the description box. You can also become my Patreon and contribute to this content that I make, and you can also ask for something special, like maybe some exclusive video that I make and I put out only on Patreon. So I will see you in the next video. One love, peace out, and Victory to Ram.